I'm gonna play some Bulletterino for Contentorino, and then we are going to do something fun. Book. What's my dude doing here? I wonder. Is he going to go knight b6? Is that the idea? No? I don't think there is an idea. Well, me blundering e2 was also not an idea. Now I'm trying to sell this. He doesn't want me to sell that. I want to sell it. Ha! Gotcha! Gotcha, bruv! Can I go mate? Nah, let's just go caveman. Shamefully, but let's go caveman. Okay, still cavemaning it. I keep on forgetting that this is bullet and I need to do some semblance of speed or tempo or, you know, those types of things. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, I still take that. I still go here. I still go here because it's a fat tempo. Oh, okay. Oh, that was neat. Yep. Thank you. No worries, brav. No worries. GG! Oops. Check, watch it. Oh, that was a bit wild. Oh, bishop c6 was also good there. Ah, this is my favorite motif. Oh man, this really hurts. This is a bully business. Now, I don't know if I want to hang... Yeah, I want to hang it. Because takes and then come back and then a7 is just carnage. This is a motif you want to remember. Take knight c6, or just come back. Yeah, just come back. And now a7 is already carnage. That's it. Yeah, and now you just don't need to botch it, which of course is still very doable if you are me. But we are going to try to pull off a clean W here. I may have been a bit dumb. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I really wanted to bring the rook to the open file, but I just didn't see a way to do it. Queen f7 is a good move here to pin this guy. Or hopefully it is a good move. Now, this is on, no? He believed me that I was pinning that way, but in fact I was pinning this way. GG! G to the G, ladies. Hello, Brazy. Hello, Rengao. Hello, Semi-Play Chess. No, I need to change the title. There we go. There we go. How are we doing today? We're doing great, thank you. Would love to do some game analysis today if there are any people keen on such... Wow! Such shenanigans. Hello? Hello, Mr. Witchcraft? What's going on? Please take my pony, that would be very nice. Come on. Ah, dang it. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I am more puzzled than one can be about what my opponent is cooking. I should have prevented d5, but whatever. Okay, now we're definitely going to prevent d5. Ooh, hello. Now this is well and truly as good a time as any to call it a day. Knight of 7 is also very filthy here. But this is the real dirt. Well, Brazy, you know what to do, bruv. You know what to do. Doncha. Alright, let's torture this guy a little bit. A little bit of a torturing never hurt anyone. Actually, that's not true. It always hurts. That actually is not true. Torturing hurts. Whoa, hello YouTube. I didn't look at you. Rati Freddy, Sina is in the house. Mr. Eric Schindler in the house. Please finish that work next time. What do you mean? Also, Mr. Schindler, the more I play chess, the worse I get. Here to decline. Well, send me a game that you played recently. And we are going to have a look at what is not going well in your life, my friend. Oh, Philae, that's a painful one. Oh, C3? What is that? That ain't no chess move, C3. Oh, whatever. Go away. King there, really? Okay. 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 Oh, I shouldn't have allowed this. Whatever. No biggie. No biggie. We're going after this king. Oh, that is smart-ish. Should have maybe played rook, some rook move first. I suppose. Okay, is the queen getting trapped there? Close. Okay, let's try to get in here. Unfortunately now if I go here then they have got b3, so I can't do that. Okay. 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 So why I did that was because I wanted to get this pawn off of the dark square. So we cannot possibly lose this. The only question is... Oh, I can actually. And in fact, we will. I'd completely overlooked this. Yeah, we cooked. Yeah, I messed it up big time. Nah, you don't need to apologize, Philae, because your opponent had no idea how to play it, so they deserved what they got. I would have liked to omit this. What? Queen f4, Jesus. There's a lot going on here. Oh, okay, let's straight queens then. Oh, that hurts. That was a good move by them. Ooh, that knight is trapped. Sheesh. Oh, I have this though. That was a really, really cool move f4 there. Sheesh. This guy sees everything? That was interesting. Very interesting, in fact. Yeah, 95 was the move there. I wasn't playing that well. Okay, I guess. Let's go. Oh, that was dumb because now I'm losing this. Yeah. I wanted to be too smart. Damn it. I wanted to be too smart. Turned out to be too dumb. Not cool, man. Really not cool. Okay, now we pick off e6. All of a sudden, this becomes a bit of a mess. Shit! Oof, okay, that was lucky. Yeah, he seems to be immune to pushing this pawn. I don't know why. Hello, Mr. Yusim. How are we going? This is hilarious. That's not the first time he does it either, by the way. Which is very funny. And castle queenside, that's the best part of it. Okay. I like how he's going for absolute chaos. I really do like that. Actually, I'm an idiot. B4 was winning there by force. Yeah, don't copy that at home, kids. That was bad. That was bad by me. Oh, fuck! How to be moronic. Lesson 1. Alright, I'm gonna call this the last bullet game, guys, because I'm not doing anything that inspires me to play more. And I don't enjoy being moronic. Despite the appearances, I actually quite dislike being stupid. I exercise it a lot, but trust me, it's not fun. Trust me when I tell you this, it's not fun. Oh, I just could have taken that. That was smart. That was smart. Not. Oh, check. Oh, he's trying to flag me. That's very filthy. Oh shit, I didn't take this. Okay, I lied. There is one more. Because I just lost like an idiot. Let's clean this. Okay, let's go in. Oh, let's send this guy away. Okay, I guess. And let's send this guy as well. Our play is about as convincing as finish that sentence so that it's funny. I don't know how to do that. Okay, we want to open a diagonal and we want to open a file. These two together should amount to something sexy, right? You would hope. This is on, by the way. How do I win this? Apparently not by blundering a bishop. That's the first step in this process, is that not blundering the bishop. This check is gonna be pretty. Okay, so that's a free piece. Still is. Oh! Yeah. This is not going well today, guys. Not gonna lie, this is not going well today. Oh, this is cute. Take me. Damn it! Why didn't it take me? Oh. Next level, bruv. Next level. Yeah, if that makes you happy, Brazy, I'm happy to do that. Whatever float your boats, buddy. Floats your boat, rather. Let's go here. That's hanging, dude. So we're not worried about the doubling of the second because I have got this. That's why this is good. And now this is cool beans. Although rook c2 is a slight concern. Okay, we messed this up a little bit. Nothing biggie. Like, we're totally killing it. Actually, I should have played g4 there, sheesh. It's the last chance to go back home, bro. Yep. Let's straighten the pawns. Let's go here. E6 next. F6 even. Oh, okay. Let's go up. Let's take this. Let's go here. Ah! Clean! Clean! Clean, baby! Alright, Mr. Brazy is on. Mr. Brazai is on, ladies and gentlemen, after a super clean victory. Hello, YouTube. Great job with Nelson's recaps. Thank you. Thank you. Alright. So this is Mr. Brazy, 1900, playing the Bozo attack against the Dutch. Yep. Aren't you meant to play here E3 or only after Bishop G3, F4? Yeah, okay, all good. Bishop G7, yep. E3, good. Hoppy to F6, Bishop there, good, yep. Yep. I don't know why you're playing this, by the way. Like, it is a pretty miserable line against the Dutch. But I guess that's your call. Yeah, E3 of course is the main idea, but when you time it and how you do it is a bit of a weird one. Yeah. Just give me a sec. Give me 1 sec. Okie dokie, so back to the Garmet castles. Queen to b3. Now, Mr. Brazy, what chess principle does this move follow? Since we are in an opening where we are supposed to develop our pieces and control the center, I would like you to explain to me how this fits the bill. And Mr. Brazy refrains from providing explanation. Why is Queen b3? Not even, the question is not why you did it. The question is, why did you even think about doing that in the first place? That's what I really would like to know. But why does this move enter the realm of things to do? I knew I should have played knight e2 or knight c3. I don't know why we are ruling knight f3 out, but okay. But I wanted the diagonal. Okay, so which one is it then? Did you know to play knight c3 or did you know to want the diagonal? It's one or the other. By the way, what are we doing on this diagonal again? Explain this to me, please, why this is so attractive. Like, do we have a threat? I don't understand this move. Can you explain this to me like I was 5? By the way, it's extremely instructive. I might YouTube this. C5 is not a threat. It's a move. That this is not a threat because it does nothing. It's like saying that I wanted to play here knight d2 because f4 is a threat. It's not a threat. It does absolutely nothing. And the same goes for c5. It does nothing. It gives a check. That's a play. Here you give me a check and then I get out of it. You spent 2 moves on doing absolute nothing. In which time you could have developed the rest of your army. And by the way, there's a beautiful refutation to it, which is e5. After which, we would have been in a world of trouble because this bishop is hurting like mad. On account of d, and then... Oh! Hello! Thank you for walking first into this. This is glorious! Yeah, so queen b3, you know it's bad. Why are you playing it? That's all I have to say to you, Mr. Brazy. You know it's bad. So don't do it. Okay, your opponent is playing absolute dog poo chess. H5, please. Good. Now you're playing decent chess after we threw that in. The rest was pretty decent. Yeah, that was very nice. That was really well played. If only I could just pretend that this didn't happen. The rest of it was very impressive, honestly. Rotten, welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Yeah. Good. Very good. Very good. Oh, man, clean. Clean as a whistle. Chicken! Yeah, never mind. I take the chicken back. But, yeah, you really should have just taken this and then take back. They can't take this because of bishop c4. But in reality, if that's the case, I don't understand why we let this go. When you could actually play e4 here or rook e1. So taking this and allowing this is weird. Impractical. Now we are back to good. What? Why are you going backwards, Mr. Brazy? That's a direction that is forbidden for the ChessCoachAndras fan club. Thank you, Colin. I'm glad you liked it. So, that is the forbidden direction. The correct direction is forward, right? So, in that spirit, why don't we go rook e5? Simple as that. Naughty. That is not a move. Actually, I don't even understand why you're doing this. Like, what is the goal, the purpose? Scared. Oh boy. Rook e8 is not even a threat. You can play bishop e7 anytime. But if you are worried about rook e5, why wouldn't you play bishop e5 then? Like anything productive. Like this is like a Chicken Chess Club yearly membership. That is really sad news, brother. Like we went from +5 to +2 because of Chicken Chess Club. Yeah. What? Hello? King safety match? Please explain this to us. King b3. Oh, Courtney in the house. Hello, lady. How are ya? Hello. How is my favorite lady in the house? I don't understand King b3 when you had King b1. That's weird. Like you seem to ask for trouble. Really big time. Like check. Here, and all of a sudden... Oh, you are in Florida. Hello. Are you from Florida or are you on a holiday? Okay, I'm not a big fan of this either, but I will let this slide because I understand it. You made it very topsy-turvy, Chief. Instead of check, could we have gone here, rook here, rook here? Originally, yes, but on holiday, why would you ever move out of there? Oh, la la. Big mistake. Well, the big difference is that this threatens with mate, right? What you did threatens with nothing. By nothing, I mean, I don't find this as conclusive on account of Queen f6. When after e7, we are facing 5 trillion checks. In fact, I'm very, very, very worried that you cannot dodge the checks here. Because after king b2, we're getting mated, friend. No less. So you actually have to go to a1. And then we have got a handy perpetual check like this. Woo! So there you go. There is your difference. Keep your queen in the center in these positions so it covers a lot of squares in the hood. And also important diagonals. If I could draw them. So in a way, it was actually a blunder. After queen f6, you need to be very careful here with your king. But your opponent went full potato. Let's see this flawless technique. Ooh, didn't fancy mating one? Yeah, you did miss the mukbang. Nah, you didn't. I was eating off camera. Regrettably. Regrettably, I was consuming goods off camera. Ah, the time is not real. Yay, mate, anyway. 0.5. Holy Jesus. Yeah. In this game, Mr. Brazy did have some goodies. It did have some goodies in it. Some inspiring ideas. Yeah, this was a cool game. At times. Not so cool at other times. Okay, anybody else lining up for trouble? What you should do, if you want to go some offbeat Dutch, is to play some kind of a Staunton, I think. Like either bishop g5 and then e4, or even e4 as soon as here and then this, and go into the Staunton here with either bishop g5 or even f3. I don't know for why what you are trying to say there. It's fine. Dutch is fine. I mean, I wouldn't go there if I was 2650. But on club level, it's a very, very fine opening. Yeah, that's totally fine. Dutch is totally fine. You need to know how to play against the sidelines because they are the tricky ones. And if that's out of the way, You are golden. You are golden. Okay, let me just very quickly check. Was there anything going on in the esport thingy-mobobby? Is there any games we want to look at there? By the way, shout out to Divya Deshmukh for becoming India's 88th GM and the 44th female grandmaster in the world. No, it doesn't look like there was anything on the esports business. Oh, I see. Well, don't do that. Just pay me when you have something to do. I appreciate the kindness, but it's better, even cleaner, if we do everything in one go. Alright, so no one is particularly excited about submitting a game. So what I'm going to do is that then we are going to have a look at one that I'm going to provide. Oh, Courtney is coming in strong. Okay, I have got a non-messy game at all for us to go through, but I'm now going to wait for Courtney to please us. That may have sounded a bit foul, but you get my point. So send it, lady. Send it. Well, when I said non-messy, this is gonna be utter chaos. So, yeah. Oh, no. I was definitely not being serious when I said non-messy. This is gonna be absolute, utter, ridiculous chaos. And this is a Grunfeld for Mr. Yusim. So, free lesson here. Bishop d2 is a weird sideline. The idea being that white wants to retain the integrity of the pawns by taking back on c3 with the bishop. But this is really not dangerous. And best is to avoid the trade altogether and drop back to b6, because now we scored a tempo on the pawn on d4. And yeah, fun begins very soon. So what you need to ensure that you do well in these types of Grunfelds is that you need to be extremely combative. Like, you really need to go after them, try to, you know, create problems, ask questions, hurt them wherever you can. So, in that spirit, knight c6, hitting d4. No, I just found a random game. No, there was nothing. I don't think they had a game or a round at the esports. I didn't follow the schedule. d5, knight b4. Rook c1, shite move. Obviously, they should have played here knight f3. Now, after knight f3, what is black's best idea here to remain combative, aggressive? Hello, Brazilian monk. Zay Morgan, hello, hello. Whoa! Absolute chaos. Hello. Rocking it, man. F5. Very, very cool observation. The d5 pawn is very heavily under attack. And so, we want to undermine it. Now, e6 is also logical and good. I approve of e6 fully. f5 is the more vicious way to achieve the same. But both of them are correct and roughly of the same value. So it's a little bit of a taste of which one you go for. But f5 was played. Would have been played. Rook c1 played. And deploying the same logic, e6, f5 are the two moves that you should be looking at here and nothing else. And f5 was played. Knight b5 was played. And now all hell is about to break loose. What do we do? Black to move. Please go over I Am Banzia OTB game got destroyed by a young 14-year-old. But he has already covered that on his YouTube channel, hasn't he? For 55 trillion viewers. C6. C6. Now this is an incredibly bold move because I don't know if you realized it or not, but after c6 dc, you have got problems with this knight. And yes, bishop b2 does look bad on account of rook takes c7 when the b6 knight is hanging. Yeah, I didn't think you did, to be honest, but the point is that it actually works. So what you want to do is to play c6, and if dc, we take d1, right? And now white is at crossroads. If they take back with the bishop, covering a4, what should black do here? Note the hanging knight on b6. Now, taking on b2, I think, is losing to rook b1, and then you have got two pieces on. Yeah, bishop b2, rook b1, maybe? And then we have got a bit of a problem going on. Knight a4 is protected, friend. That's why we took back with the bishop, right? Funny thing is, you can go knight d3, but after king d2, knight c1, c7, double exclam. Oh, no, it's actually, never mind. Nah, this is not playable. Knight d3 wins. I wanted to show you that take on c6 is cleanest, but yeah. So, because of this, they took with the king. And now we could simply take on a4. And this is the type of chaos, friends, that you need to be not only comfortable, but happy with. when you are looking at playing the Grunfeld. Black is winning. Black is completely winning already. Bishop check, king h8, knight c7. Strong move, please. Very, very messy, complex position. Really fun, tactical, sharp craziness. Knight b2 is good. Knight b2 is good. Who is your coach? Absolute Chaos. f4 was played in the game. f4 was played in the game. Let's see. Yeah, f4 is pretty ballsy. They took, and we took. The pieces swarming around the white king versus the complete lack of coordination is what makes this an exceptionally fun game to follow. So white decided to fix that problem, but obviously it means that there are 5,000 pawns hanging. Knight b2 was the better move, and after king e2 just take back. And this kind of settles the dust in a threatening way, because now black is threatening to take and play bishop a6. This is pretty good too, though. b5, a4. What will you guys do here? White, black to move. What is the cleanest win? Yeah, good for you, Rangao. Good for you, buddy. Too many of those GMs to keep count, right? Zizuri, we are going nuts here. Yeah, it is absolute cinema, and I went through it a little bit fast because I realized that this was so complicated that I needed to allow like 2 hours for this, which is definitely a time that we do not have. So, but now I managed to find a point in the game where we have a genuine problem to solve. Like all of a sudden, it might appear to some as very, very messy and unclear, and almost they would prefer black. And so I want to see how you guys disentangle. Courtney says bishop g4. What do you do after d7? Actually, this is not a bad move per se. In fact, the biggest problem is what to do after h3. What did Rengao say? Yeah, and good for him for rebranding too, by the way. Bishop g4 is correct. In a way that it's not bad. But there is a very practical way to solve this problem. And that goes like this. White's threat is to take and then d7. And I cannot take c7 because d8 is queen. So instead of panicking, if you just objectively answer the question of, so what is the threat that I need to stop? Then you realize that the threat you need to stop is d7 to d8 queen. And thus, your move is knight c6. It's as simple as that. And now if knight takes, that rook takes. If d7 you take, they promote, you take it, you take back, and your pawn is unstoppable. That's it. Alternatively, if after knight c6, they push the pawn straight away, which is how the game went, you just take it. And now if knight takes, you can go after this pawn. And if they take with the rook, then once again we realize that they don't have a threat, so you just push your pawn. If they promote, you take. If they play rook d8, you just take with the rook, not the knight. Although that would win now too. But knight would allow pawn promotion. So just take with the rook, and again, you have queen. That's how a seemingly very, very annoying problem can be resolved with extreme ease. Okay, I must admit this game was very, very heavy. So let me try to find you something a little bit... Oh, actually, no. Courtney sent us some love because that's what she does best. Sending love. So we're going to look at Courtney. Well, unfortunately not quite, but rather her game. We are going to have a very good look at this lady. Lady, what color are you? As usual, we get everything except important deeds. Yeah, I know that what it is. I just want to know the color. So you are black. Okay. Apes absolute chaos. That's a double no. That's two very, very, very firm no's. Hang on. Am I looking at the right game, Courtney? I'm not doubting myself. Let me just quickly check. Yeah, apparently I am. Okay. So 95 was sucked in by the opponent. Very good. Yeah, the good old elastic band. I don't know what ABC means. Alright. Dearest Courtney. I already bashed you up severely about lack of opening principle being way too dominant in your games. Tell me, please, if this is developing or controlling the center. If it's neither, why is it even entering our thinking process? You are in the opening, you have got one piece developed, right? Yeah, I agree. We don't have a bishop square, so that basically literally forces you to play knight f6. Which is the only sensible move as far as I'm concerned in this position, and everything else is red hot garbage. Whoa, no. You're completely going on a tangent that has no relevance whatsoever. Oh, I thought you said that you don't have a square for the bishop to go. Wait, let me read back. Well, I don't have an Oh, you don't have a light squared bishop. Right. Okay, sorry. Rewind the tape again completely because then you are answering everything incorrectly. So, back to basics. What are we supposed to do right here, right now, if you look at this? Development, castles. These are your two objectives. If you are playing anything at all that doesn't serve this purpose, you are doing something wrong. I want you to look at it this way. C4 falls in my book under the same category in terms of purpose, value, understanding as H5 would. Would you consider H5 here? I don't think so. Why not? Because it's not developing. Yeah. It turns out that actually H5 is a better move than C4, which is quite ironic. I don't know what scary means in this context, Courtney, but the point remains. Why are we not developing our pieces? Why are we playing totally meaningless moves that do not contribute to your happiness? It's not a... And this is, by the way, why coaching with the engine is the death of your chess, because the engine is approving this. Like, it doesn't count as a major mistake. You never have plenty of time, Courtney. Never. Don't ever believe. And if you have plenty of time, then use it immediately so you can use the remaining of your time for the good things. Basically what you're doing now is that you're doing bugger all on account of, I have plenty of time to do the important things later. You wouldn't do that in life. Or if you did, then it's not a good way to be. Welcome, Mr. Jordan Peterson, chess coach. Right. So C4, B3, of course. And now we are being kept busy with playing nonsensical pawn moves because we're not developing our pieces. Yeah, I suppose I would have likely butchered this and then played queen a5 to attack the knight and deny knight b5 at the same time. I need to charge my phone. Yes, that's what you should be doing next, developing your knight. When you play bishop e7, Courtney, you're deluding yourself into your opponent is going to take you. That's not going to happen. So, take is cleaner because it helps you to vacate the back rank for castling and then queen a5. This kicks the knight in the face, denies knight b5. More or less forces your opponent to go back home. Knight f6 followed by castles, kindergarten win. Bishop e7, in contrast, is a bit of a hope chess that your opponent is going to take you. Which, of course, they did, because we're not playing against smart people. Okay, I have no idea why they did that. Yep. 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 I mean, it's not bad, but it's totally unnecessary. If anything, I would have played e1 rook to b8. Yeah, I know why you did it, but since you don't need to do that now, you can do it when the knight is in. Right? So, let's just carry on with life. But it kind of makes sense, so I'm going to let that slide. Yep, good. Why are we not taking this? Up a pawn. Let's get rid of with the timber on the wood. Timber on the wood. Wow. The timber on the board. Also, if you want to pick a rook move, I find this to be way too defensive. Why don't we go all the way here to threaten shit? Because this, Courtney, is not an active rook. I don't know why you think that this activates the rook. It doesn't activate the rook. That rook is no more active here than here. I don't want to sound too harsh, but that's a completely invalid argument. This is more of an activation of a rook because I do a lot more on b3 than I did on b8. I'm attacking this, I'm attacking this. The rook on e5 does sweet bugger all. The only thing it does is that it potentially becomes easy target, yeah? Now, as for DE, that's a better proposition, but that paves the way for your knight all the way in. Right? Now, you not taking it is also a sound decision, as long as we don't do sissy chess and defending threats like this, but actually meaningfully go about deploying this rook. Because now you have, again, a very, very hefty threat. Okay. 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 Again, I would have taken e5 rather than dedicating an entire rook to just holding this. I don't like this idea of keeping this knight on e5. Okay, explain to me this move, please. But before we get into that, madam, let's talk a little logic here. Why is a5 a threat? Why do you need to defend a5? Okay, I play random shit, a5, I go in. Why would I stop this? I'm sending a bouquet of flowers to my opponent if they want to play a5 here. You're stopping a blunder. This makes zero sense. It sends a passive rook into a square where it's killing white. Why would you stop this? I would be like, take my money. Just play a5. But, yeah, of course ghosts. Entirely ghosts. Here's my other question. What is the downside of this move? Yeah, I don't understand that. And as always, Courtney, I do keep on saying this, and my favorite students keep on ignoring this. When you are making decisions based on fear, you're making stupid decisions. The question was, what's the downside of this move? Thank you, Katskuk. Precisely. So knight d2 abandons the e4 square. Therefore, number one candidate, knight e4. Because where do we put our pieces? In the center. Where do we not put our pieces? Pawn moves on the side. Non-chess move versus chess move. What's really painful about this, Courtney, is that you know this. I told you nothing that you didn't know. That this is what a good chess move looks like, and this is what tragedy looks like. Meaningless nonsense versus beautiful activation. Now, as luck would have it, you need to conduct here a bit of a calculation because knight c4 seemingly works. Because now after take, it's loose. But unfortunately for white, it doesn't. The queen is on, the queen has to bugger off, and as soon as it does, you pick off the free piece. Game over. This is also a very timely reminder that good chess moves, good looking, principled, happy chess moves, very rarely get punished with shit like this. That would make chess an unfair and silly game. Moves like this do tend to get punished a lot more. Good? Very good. I would just take this bugger now, right? Rook b2, knight takes, rook check, queen f8, and we win. Can you please explain to me why we didn't do this? Given that your opponent offered it to you on a platter. Yeah, rook e4 wasn't dangerous enough. That's just, yeah. I'm happy to go back to that. That's an interesting idea that I want to cover. So if rook e4, then you take. And after taking back, the knight is hanging, so knight c4 is not playable. Anyway, back to the game. So I don't understand why we're not taking this. Oi, Mr. Yusim, what was that for? Wait, I don't understand, Courtney, what you're saying. I'm going for mate. Where is that? I'm not... Whoa! Blood Queen! Hello! Welcome to the ladies. I mean, if the blokes are coming too, that's fine. But hello to the ladies. Shout out to Blood Queen. Thank you so much for the raid, Reno. 120 humans. Love and life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fantastic human you are. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome in, Raiders. We are doing what we do best, which is that we are critically analyzing viewer games. And right now I'm giving a lot of grief to Courtney for not simplifying, liquidating into a completely winning endgame after tuck, 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 check, there, and there. And we have got 2 protected pass pawns, and we are going to slaughter this bozo down here too. So the background Courtney are talking about is what really, really mystifies me here. I don't follow the rationale. And thank you, Black Queen, for the kind comment, by the way. Did someone send a shout out? My shout outs don't work. For whatever reason. So anyway, knight c3 here was a no-brainer. And it's a piece-of-piece calculation too. We took... Then we played g6. I guess... Oh, by the way, you could have taken this again because you have got covered back rank stories. Yep. What? The lingo is too funny, I had to follow. Of course. Of course, of course. We are only sexy humans here who talk sexy lingo. Courtney, my love. Please tell me that this was just some mouse slipperino. You just wanted to test my blood pressure, right? And I'm passing with flying colors. What do you mean time? Like when you played Queen A3, for the love of God, the main threat is mate, right? So you are already hardwired to mate G3 or H3. And by the way, if I really, really wanna be douche / instructive with you, I would tell you that There is no white move here against which this is your top priority, because if they play g3, I would rather go after f2. Except queen a7 covers it, so... Yeah, no, fair enough. If they stop the mate, you should take c3. I will take that back. Whoa! Yaxies! Oh, please tell me. I beg you. Please tell me we didn't lose on time here. That is going to break my heart. Please tell me, for the love of God, that we didn't lose on time here. Oh, you didn't? So what? Your opponent played here and then they realized the checkmate. And they went like, lady, you got me. GG. Is it what happened? Yes! Yes! Brilliant! So they noticed that both your chess strength as well as your stunning beauty was too much for them to handle, and they decided to call it a day. Being unable to bear both. That is fair enough. Right, so Courtney, I would really, really, really like to see the day when these moves disappear from our thinking and get replaced by healthy, morphy chess moves. Develop, castle, and then get pretty. I mean, for frickness sake, you already are, right? So you don't need to get cute with shit like this because it's a God-given gift for you. So you can just play chess. Like, butt ugly customers like myself, we have to put the extra effort in to be cute. For you, it's just chess moves, right? No need for that stuff. Please. Do we have a deal there? It's 24. Do I make my beginner students to buy a collection of Morphy games? So I don't really have beginner students. That's a starting point. And when I do, I don't make them buy one, but I do tell them that Morphy. Mr. Diaz sent us a game too. I'm being very generous today, by the way. For doing these out of the goodness of my heart, but let's just go with that. What color are we here, Mr. Diaz? Oh, we are white. Okay. What about Morphy? Okay, so to be clear, I want to make it very clearly clear that game analysis usually is a paid for endeavor. Now, Courtney has donated enough money for me to renovate my kitchen, so I did it out of the goodness of my heart. But as a rule of thumb, the game analysis conditions are to be found on the chat, whichever way chat is. Just type in, please, exclamation mark anal Isis, and then we'll take it from there. All right. Bishop b5. Brav. Why? Why are we playing this? That makes me sad. Sorry, Beastie, if that came off a bit offhandish. I just wanted to make it clear to everyone that under normal circumstances, there is a little bit of a cost associated with this incredible service that I provide. Let's call it service. Does it make it sound more noble? Richter Rauser, I hardly know her. That is a beautiful way to explain to your wife when there's a text message coming on your phone from Courtney, and she goes like, "Who is Courtney?" Ah, don't bother. Harmless opening, harmless. So bishop g5 is the correct measure here, and then usually we follow it up with queen d2 castles because we play high T chess. Yeah, did you actually not know theory here, Mr. Diaz? Because it quite surprises me given the level of chess you play. This is some serious red hot mess. Never mind. Never mind. So what's really funny is that we're playing a tempo up line here with black, because this could occur via... So imagine that after bishop c4, I play g6, which is a blunder, by the way, ish. And then after take, we get another move, which is bishop d7. Which is relevant, because white has e5. This trick is older than the heels. Takes, check, and see you queen. But having the bishop on d7 means that that trick doesn't work. Good. Now knight g4 is already a temptation here. And as you know, guys, I can resist pretty much everything in life except temptation. Actually, fuck it. Why don't we go knight g4 here? Mr. Diaz, now I'm asking a question for black. Something will stick. Wow, what a day! Hello, Ghosty Faz is raiding us too with 13 humans. Ghosty, thank you. Do I know you? Very, very humbled. Much appreciated for this for the raiderino. Shout out to Mr. Ghosty. And thanks for the follow too. Tell me, man, what's cooking here? Do I know you? Bishop d4 bad for us. Define bad, please. Mr. Jordan Peterson number 2. Isn't white just dead lost here before the game started? Bishop is Gonski. I don't know, but you must have had a reason to raid me, Mr. Ghosty, which is why I'm asking this question. I didn't mean to sound too inquisitive. I just wondered if it's the chess that connects us, or the dashing good looks, the handsome facial appearance, the shredded body, the funny lingo. Ah, so chess. Apparently it turns out that it's chess that connects us. Dude, disconnect or discounting the e5 on account of a backward pawn. Like, what are we even talking about, man? Like, that is a completely invalid argument. Let me put this in, and you should know this because you are playing Rouser, right? So let me show you something here that is going to change your mind about how you see life. Like, in this position, if I didn't have g6, my number 2 candidate move here is e5 every day of the week. Like, no question. Like, zero care given about d6 pawn being backward. Like, how is that relevant? Like, castles. No worries. f4 castles. Like, there are about 47 factors that you can take into account here to determine who is better or worse. And the fact that the d6 pawn is backward is not one of the 48. So, I don't understand why you would bring it up. Like, you are a Sicilian player. In, like, 80% of Sicilian lines, this pawn is a backward pawn. And no one gives a toss. So that is a very weird argument to use here, where you are scoring huge positional goals. It's like that pawn backward. Like, I ran out of Fs to give like 7 years ago about backward pawn like this. Like nothing can attack it ever. Right? Okay, so that was actually a serious miss. Because if the bishop doesn't go to d4, by the way, and that's important to note, then you have got queen b6, which is quite hurtful. Now not playing knight g4, now we are really, really pushing it. Because it's, again, completely on. Okay, so here it seems to me that you don't know a very cool tactical idea that you have to know. And that cool tactical idea is this. You take this guy, queen takes, and then you play queen b6. And the vast majority of humans here who play this with white would drop the bishop back to b3 here to shield the b2 pawn, since queenside castle drops f2. You with me? And after bishop b3 comes the shock. Book! And the game is over. Yep, that is very cool. And as a Sicilian player, you should know this motif. So, you are welcome. Okay, so I really would like to make use of this, and I'm pretty sure you do too. So, at this point, wouldn't you agree with me that the most logical move for black, by a quite large margin, is c5 with the idea of c4? What say you, Chief? Okay, I don't understand how bishop e6 is helping you to use the b file, which is precisely my problem. Like, I don't get how you are getting anything out of the b file as a result of you putting this bishop here. So that's exactly what I'm questioning, that you play the move with an idea, and I don't think that your move serves the idea. Yep, I guess so too. Okay. Isn't it here, here, and then f6? So like take and then e5 or f6? Oh, actually, no, we can't take because ABN and this hurts. So maybe bishop g4. And now we have got both e5 and f6 pending, right? Yeah, this is not so easy to commit to, but because you need to see that both of these moves are very, very powerful. Cool positional idea, by the way. Okay, let's go. So we went knight d7. Yeah, so I thought that knight c5 was played because we wanted a5, a4. Isn't this the most logical way to go? And then rook b4, a4. Or a4, depending on what they do. No? Like, it's so hardcore pile up on the b-file ideas. Why would you not pursue this to the max? Like after a5, a4 is a game-winning threat, literally. It's a very, very strange thing that you play knight c5, which facilitates this, by the way. And after your opponent plays the most meaningless pass move there is on the board, which is switch to the other side and play f6. I don't dig this. Okay, let's go. Take, take. Yep. Okay, better later than never. I'm with you. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. 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 Yeah, that's the unfortunate part, but still. I'm good. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Alright, so now is the time to start rolling, right? So they are a little bit passive, I feel. So let's go knight f4 check. That forces this. And then let's start kicking faces. It sounds aggressive and violent, and it is because it is aggressive and violent. That's your feedback if you're doing chess right. So now takes is a threat due to the f file. And if they take, you take back. They go knight e3, you go e5. And this is mighty intimidating with the pawns rolling in. This is what piece activity looks like. Yeah, that you go check, you go d5, take, take, you go e5, and good luck, chuck. Mr. Diaz, I don't like your line of questioning. And I'll tell you why, because what you're doing now is that you're trying to sell me stories. And I'm a very, very big fan of literature and narratives and all of that. But show me the line that proves your thesis that this is exposing us. Because my narrative is that I'm going to play d4, I'm going to play e4, and I'm going to kill you. And that is based at least on moves. The open fast for the rooks is airy-fairy talk that has no place in a position like this, which is easily calculable, and there are very obvious threats abound. So yeah, fine, play rook d1. Let's go. d4, your turn. Knight c4, fine, e4. Let's go. Show me what you got. So this is a textbook case that most club level players are guilty of when we are making decisions on airy-fairy concepts like, woo, this gives fast to the rooks. Yeah, so it's not like my rooks don't have files. I don't see how that's a relevant argument. This is a concrete position. You can only approach it through calculation. And by the way, the other point is that if you don't do this, yeah, well, I agree. That is your weakness. And you just got caught with your pants down right there and then. In the middle of it. Because this is a highly concrete, calculable variation. You cannot approach this with airy-fairy schemes and concepts. It's calculable. You're about to get killed with d4, e4. You can't just brush this off with, ooh, it looks like they have got files. No, that's not how it works. So, yep, you're right. This is your weakness and you need to stop doing it. I have another point for you to consider. If you don't do this, how on earth are we gonna make progress in this position? Like, you have achieved maximum piece activity. You cannot make the pieces look better when they are. So you either have here some kind of a break that is going to further your advantage, or none of this is valid and the trend is going to shift and your opponent is gradually going to push you back. These are the two possible scenarios here. Like, the move you played here, rook b8, like, what does that... This doesn't contribute to anything at all. Right? Now we are actually putting well-placed pieces to worse squares. So yeah, okay, let's move on. So rook b8, rook b1, takes. Once again, d5 is very good. Yeah, like, there is absolutely zero coherence in what you're doing here in terms of having a clear vision as to how to move forward. And you had d5 again, by the way. And then your opponent blunders. That's very handy. That is very, very cute. I like that. That's cheeky. That is very cheeky. That is really bad right there. Okay, so now it's Carnage City, game over. Yeah, look, so the only thing about this endgame is that you're winning this game because your opponent handed it to you on a platter. You did not earn this win. Although, from memory, I think it was a draw. Yeah. Oof. Sorry, spoiler alert. We're going to mess this up. Yeah. So here you had the cleanest win here is very easy. It's knight e6 followed by knight c5, and the pawns are going to fall out of the sky. Or, if they play g3, well, you have got h4 here for starters, but you have got knight c5, rook d4, and now both of white's pieces are completely paralyzed. And now there are multiple ways to win it. One of them is to simply walk your king here. But c5 is fine. I'm actually gonna let this slide, no problems. Yep. Wait, what? Okay, what was the point of king e8? Wasn't it to walk here? Oh, okay, I get it. So you wanted to eliminate knight d5 check. Fine, fine. I'm cool. And then we suck this in. Oops. That was very, very ugly. Yeah, so you needed here to play a rook move to step out of this and then continue the king match. That was a very unfortunate blunder. Yeah, I know that line, Filet. I can't be bothered going back now. Sorry. Yeah, man. This was a heartbreaker. This was a rock-solid heartbreaker. Yeah, I feel like you had many, many opportunities to pull ahead in this endgame. And yes, I didn't catch this last time when you sent me that game, but now I could very, very clearly see that you are super guilty of not calculating enough. Like a 10 out of 10 guilty. Alright, ladies, this is what we had time for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please keep engaging with my content on YouTube. Don't forget that if you are a Chess Vibes follower, I have a collab going on right now with Nelson. So we are releasing 7 videos back to back on his channel where I'm commentating his games. Please do check that one out as well. And we are going to raid you somewhere. All right. Thank you, all of you. Love you all. And I might see you tomorrow. We will see.